Brew for the 16th of September. This is net number 1051, and I'll be your host with Dickie on the log for the first hour. And we'll turn it over to Al, K8BAC up in Britain, Michigan, with Dickie on the log for the second hour. The question of the day. Well, first, let me remind everybody the TechNet tonight, 8 o'clock, right here on the East Coast Reflector. Questions, you just stop by and say hi. Either way. And that's 8 o'clock tonight. The question of the day, a real easy one. And it's one of the front porch questions here. Do you own a sleeping bag? And for those of you that don't know what a sleeping bag is, just say no. With that, let me recognize the text check-ins, and then we'll take our mobiles. We had a KC8 FMT Richard, KA8 BYU Roy, KD9 YUZ Jimmy, KC2 NJV Wayne, W9 AFK Adam, N3 DQD Ray, K8 UFM Randall, KQ9 KX Paul, KE2 EIO Michael, VE3 XTD Eric, KF8 EBV Michael, KR4 EMM Vince, KB3 EYR Greg, KM4 WZD Joe, KJ4 ZFM Robert, W3 CBE Chuck, and K1 MCO Jay. Let's go to our mobiles. If you're mobile, and only if you're mobile, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November. Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November is mobile and monitoring.
Kilo 4 Kilo Zulu Zulu KK4 KZZ mobile. Whiskey 4 Hotel Kilo Lima, Whiskey 4 Hotel Kilo Lima, please check me in and out. W8 NJT Whiskey 8 November Juliet Tango.
Kilo Echo 2 Charlie. Wow.
KE2 BNX, KE2 BNX. In and out. Alrighty, let's hold it up there. Sounded like we had a KE2 station. Was that KE2 Bravo November X-ray? It looks like it was. All right, James, we got you in and out. We had W4HKL Steve in Cumberland Gap was in and out. We had a KE2CCK Matt, W8NJT Nick, KK4KZZ Mark, and we had one other one there at the top that I didn't get. You want to come back again?
Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November. Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November.
Alrighty, Anders, I got you. You were first on the list. Good morning, Anders, and do you own a sleeping bag?
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vic, and everyone else that's on the Brew crew this morning. It is a nice start to the morning here in North Central Florida. It's 62 outside. I do not own a sleeping bag. My version of glamping would be sleeping in the recliner in the living room. I hope everyone has a great day and a great week. This is Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November. Back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, thank you, Anders. You have yourself a great day, and thanks for joining us. Let's go to KK4 KZZ Mark in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's kind of weird. My speedometer is higher than my thermometer. That's unusual for Florida. And which is to say, it's saying 62 on the thermostat. So which isn't the thermostat. Anyways, as far as a sleeping bag, I do have a sleeping bag. It's in storage. Don't remember the last time I've used it, but I do have one or two. And I will send it back to Net and have a great day. KK4KZZ.
Thank you, Mark. You have yourself a fine day. W8NJT, Nick up in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning. W8NJT, Nick, are you still with me? Moving right along, let's go to KE2CCK, Matt, Frankfurt, New York. Good morning, Matt. KE2CCK, Matt, are you still with me?
This is KE2CCK here. I own them. One for me and the wife.
There you go. Have a good day, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. Let me acknowledge one text check-in here that came in while I was doing that. Was AB4KT, Kenneth in the Villages. Let's go to the top of the text check-ins and take them. KC8FMT, Richard in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Good morning, and the question of the day, do you own a sleeping bag? KC8FMT, Richard, are you there? Well, moving right along, let's go to Roy, KA8BYU in Blaisdell, New York. Good morning, Roy.
Hey, good morning, everybody. KA8BYU. Yeah, over the years I've owned some of them. Yes, I do. So I hope to see everybody on the TechNet tonight. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Roy. Have a good day. KD9YUZ, Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana. Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, Scott, Vicky, and everybody else on the crew. Yes, I do own a sleeping bag. Have a great day, everyone. KD9YUZ. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Jimmy, you have yourself a fine day. KC2NJV, Wayne in Belmore, New York. Good morning, Wayne.
Hi, Scott, Al, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. KC2NJV. I used to own one. One might still be in the garage. I haven't used it in decades. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, Wayne. Appreciate you joining us this morning. W9AFK, Adam in Downers Grove, Illinois. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's going to be a beautiful day in the 80s here in Chicago. Perfect weather. No, I don't own a sleeping bag. It's been about 50 years since I've actually used one. W9AFK, back to Net.
All right, thanks, Adam. You have yourself a fine day. Enjoy that nice weather. N3, DQD, Ray down in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew in there this morning. No, I do not own a sleeping bag. When I was in scouting, when I was a youngster, I did, but that's many years ago. N3DQD, back to Net.
Alrighty, thank you, Ray. I did own one up till about, I don't know, about 6 to 8 months ago. We donated them. And Didn't need them anymore. Have a great day. K8UFM, Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan. Good morning. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to everyone else on frequency. Yes, for a sleeping bag. And with that, this is K8UFM, back to net control, and everyone have an outstanding day. And you as well, Randall. Appreciate you joining us. This is W2BLT. Next up at KQ9KX, Paul in LaPointe, Wisconsin.
Good morning, everyone. I bought one for remote camping in the mountains of Montana for elk hunting, and I have not used it since 2012. KQ9KX.
Paul, have yourself a great day. KE2EIO, Michael, down in Elman, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I have several. And during the winter months, I'll take one and unzip it out, and I'll use it as a comforter on my bed. This is KE2EIO 73 to everybody. Have a good day. Thank you. Back to that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's done that, Michael. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us. VE3XTD, Eric in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Morning, Scott. Morning, Vicky. I have a sleeping bag, and, Michael is the only one that used the sleeping bags as multifunctional. Back to you.
Alrighty, I think we're going to get a lot of people that are using a sleeping bag rather than just hopping in and sleeping. Thanks, Eric. Have a good day. KF8EBV, Michael in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. This is Michael with KF8DBV. Yes, I have a sleeping bag. Three boys and a Boy Scout leader, so it got used pretty frequently. Back to net control.
Alrighty, thanks, Michael. I think that's why most of us originally got a sleeping bag, was because of the Boy Scouts. Have a good day. KR4EMM, Vincent, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the crew. My apologies. I'm on a repeater about 10 miles away, so I'm probably at the edge. No, I do not have a sleeping bag any longer. You guys have a great day. Scott, back to you. This is KR4EMM.
Alrighty, thank you, Vince. Yeah, we got you just fine. Little scratchy in the background there, but not bad. Have a good day. KB3EYR, Dragon, Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Everyone on the Brew crew this morning. This is KB3EYR. Affirmative to the question. Back to net control. Have a great day.
Alrighty, Greg, we got you down for a yes. Thanks for stopping in this morning. KM4WZD, Joe in Claremont, Florida. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to the crew. As a leader in Boy Scouts for over 10 years, yep, I have accumulated several sleeping bags, and I actually still use them from time to time. I've got a trip coming up next month, so I'm going to be out for about a week, and be using the bag probably every night. Hey, everybody, take care. Happy Tuesday in 7-3. It's KM4WZD. Back to net.
All right, Joe, thanks for joining us, and have a great time on that trip. Let's go to KJ4, ZFM, Robert, Deltona, Florida. Good morning, Robert.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with quite a few that I've heard so far.
Yes, I just actually came back. You remember from up in Pennsylvania, I went camping up in a place up there called Waymart, Pennsylvania. One of my favorite camping places up there, too. Did a lot of fishing, caught a lot of bass. Anyway, everyone have a great day. Vicky and the rest of the crew, thank you guys very much, and you all have a blessed day. KJ4ZFM. Thank you, Robert. Glad you had a good time. W3 CVE Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew there. Yeah, put me down for a yes there. Anytime I'm on a long trip, I always throw one in the vehicle there. Was a scout, so it's always be prepared. Back to you, Scott, and have a great day.
Hey, thank you, Chuck. You have yourself a great day as well. K1MCO, Jay in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew crew. This is K1MCO live from the Orlando airport. No, Scott, I don't own one. I never owned one, and I've never been on one, actually. Send it back to you. Have a great day. Nice to hear you, Scott. K1MCO.
All right, thank you, Jay. Have yourself a good day at work. Hope it goes by quickly. Let me acknowledge some check-ins that we had come in here, and then we'll take regular check-ins and run them both at the same time. This is W2BL. We had AB4KT Kenneth, ZA3YBS Bill, K2CMT Mike, 2BH Bill, and KI4EGQ Bill. Who else do we have out there looking to join us this morning on the Brew? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
This is
G4DRP, Kilo Delta 4, Delta Romeo Papa.
with this Bravo 5, India Tango Tango, WB5ITT in and out this morning. Good morning, everybody. 5 Charlie Hotel Bravo Mobile, November 5 Charlie Hotel Bravo Mobile.
AQ4 BSN, Kilo Bucknet 4, Victor Sierra, November.
Kilo Foxtrot 6 Hotel Delta Juliet, Kilo Foxtrot 6 Hotel Delta Juliet Mobile. Yeah, my 4XM, I'm from Sweden, get up to know. Tango. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Delta India Tango. November Alpha 2, A2B.
November 2, India Sierra Kilo. November 2, India Sierra Kilo.
This is November Juliet 1 Sierra, November Japan 1 Sierra, Eric in Vermont with a check-in only, please. In and out, 7-3 to all.
4, Echo Foxtrot, AQ4, EFY.
Victor Echo 3, tag home November. Victor Echo 3, tag home November. 2, Ontario, Canada. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, in and out. QDY and 6 QDY.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for just a moment. Let me acknowledge a couple. We had some doubling, and I don't know if we missed them or not. From the bottom up, we had VA3 KTJ Jinsuk up in LaSalle, Ontario, was in and out. We had N6 QDY David, VE3 TGN Tim, KQ4 EFY Tim, NJ1S, Eric up in Shelburne, Vermont was in and out. We had N2IS Bob, NA2B Charlie, SM4XBC over in Sweden. We had KJ5 DIT Matthew, KF6HDJ Brent Pensacola was in and out. Then we had KQ4 VSN Richard. We had N5 CHB Chuck in Sugarland, Texas was in and out. We had Mark KE2 EDS. Chris over in Orange, Texas was in and out. WB5 ITT. We had KD4 DRP David. And the rest I acknowledged. Anyone else that we missed in there, if you tried to get in and we missed it, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Delta 2, November Lima Mobile, KD2NL Mobile.
Uniform X-ray, in and out. November 4, Romeo Sierra Mike. November 4, Romeo Sierra Mike.
You and Vicky do a great job.
All right, let me hold it up there for a moment. We had K2AAC Art in Tonawanda was in and out. Thanks for joining us, Art. Always a pleasure. We had N4 RSM Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. We had KQ4 UXJ KJ in Charlotte was in and out. We had KD2NL Chip in the mobile and KD3ATQ via the text line Jim in Easton. Let's go up and take these mobiles first. Let's go to, let's see who we got that wasn't in and out. KD2NL Chip in Cincinnati, New York. Good morning, Chip. The question of the day is, do you own a sleeping bag?
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. No, I don't own a sleeping bag. So I'll say 73, y'all have a good day, and back to net, KD2NL Mobile.
Alrighty, Chip, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Okay, let's go to the top of this list. AB4KT, Kenneth in the Villages in Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. This is Alpha Bravo 4 Kilo Tango, the Villages, Florida. Yes, I own a couple of sleeping bags, and I have used them within the last year. I've used them as a bedspread, and I've carried them in the car in case anything happened on a trip. Everybody enjoy their 7-3.
Thanks for joining us, Kenneth, and enjoy the day. Let's go to VA3, White Bill in Dunville, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Bill. Do you own a sleeping bag?
Good morning, Scott. I just want to thank you and Vicky for doing this net. I really enjoy these every morning. The answer to the question is no, I no longer own a sleeping bag. So this is DA3YBS. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bill. Sounding good this morning. Have a great day. Let's go to one of our team members here, Mike, K2CMT in DeBerry, Florida. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and the rest of the Brew crew. Yes, I do have a sleeping bag, and you know, we got to be prepared here in Florida for those cold winter nights. This is K2CMT, back to net control.
I feel for you, my friend. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Next up, one of your hosts here on the Morning Brew, N2BH, Bill in Palmyra, New York. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody. No, I haven't owned a sleeping bag in years. Once we got a regular camper, it was sheets and pillows. And the rest of the day, we'll be activating a local county park here on the Erie Canal for the celebration of the canal. We'll be using club call sign BK2BWK. We'll be doing it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can bet I'll try to hit Roger with my QRP and a wire, N2BH.
Alrighty, Bill. Maybe I'll listen in and see what happens. Have a good day, and thanks for joining us. KI4EGQ, Bill in Woodstock, Georgia. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky and all the Brew crew out there. I still have 2 sleeping bags left over from my backpacking days. Minus 20 rated Goose Down bag and a minus 10 rated Polar Guard bag. And I still keep them around just in case the heat goes off in the winter. And like some folks said, good to have in the car if you're ever traveling in the winter, that's for sure. Hope everybody has a great week. KI4EGQ.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you joining us, and it sounds like you'll be warm if you need them. KD4 DRP, David in Alachua, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, you and Vicky and everybody. I own 2 of them. I used to use them at the fire department when I was on duty for one. Then I had one for overtime. So when I went to a different station at night, I had just threw the sleeping bag down and slept. And that's it for now. Back to net. KD4 TRP.
All right, thanks, David. Have yourself a fine day, and thanks for joining us. This is W2BLT. Next up, KE2EDS, Mark in Elma, New York, the host on one of the hosts on the open mic night here on Wednesday night. Good evening, or yeah, good morning, Mark.
Scott, good morning, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. Well, at least you got my name right. That was good. Anyways, yes, as a past Scoutmaster, I own many sleeping bags. I have the winter, summer, and backpacking. Have a great day. KE2EDS.
Hey, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, KQ4 VSN, Richard in Trenton, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I have 3 sleeping bags. I love to go camping, take kids to summer camp, stuff like that. So definitely have some sleeping bags. But thank you for having me. This is KQ4 VSN.
All right, have a good day, and thanks for stopping by this morning. Let's go to KJ5 DIT, Matthew in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I have 3 or 4 of them. Often my daughter is borrowing them. Her children are in Scouts now. My first one was called a bedroll, where you take a couple of blankets and fold them together.
Alrighty, we got you down for a yes. Thanks for joining us, Matthew. Next up, SM4XBC. Looks like Nils in Karlskoga, Sweden. Good morning, or afternoon.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, my best on the Älskens pub. Also, my name is Nils Erik and in Sweden. And I have not been sleeping bag on the day, but on the night is sleeping bag. And in Sweden, and very good, very many people in the inland. So very good. So back to you, Scott, and have in me to you and every man. Se mig på läxorna bort från Kanada. Hej då.
for joining us, and you have yourself a fine rest of the day. Let's go to Charlie and Birdie down in Sun City Center, Florida, NA2B. Good morning, Charlie.
Vicky and everybody on the net from Birdie 9, Tampa Bay. Nice cool morning, I think 72, 73. Response to the question, quick and easy, no, don't have one. Many years ago had one, but we haven't had one for quite some time. So anyway, thanks for what you do. W2BLT and A2B back to net.
Great. Thanks, Charlie. Sounds like the mornings are getting better down there. Have a great day. And to ISK, Bob in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and crew. Answer is yes. I have a sleeping bag. Don't use it much anymore. But I did a lot of camping. Had a backpack that was all packed up with a tent, a camp stove, and a sleeping bag, and a collapsible 1-gallon water jug that I could just throw onto my back of my motorcycle, or later on stuff into the back of my Corvette. So had a lot of fun camping. So there you go. So have a good day, everybody. And to ISK.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Bob, and appreciate you being here. Next up, KQ4EFY, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning. KQ4EFY, are you still with us, Tim? Moving right along, let's go up to Tim in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. VE3 TGN. Good morning, Tim, and do you own a sleeping bag?
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the roof. The answer is yes. We've been camping for 45 years, and I always had a sleeping bag used as a bedspread or get inside when we had a tent trailer. But I was a brand new trailer, and we still have a sleeping. The answer is yes. And somebody sees you, and again, everybody on frequency there. 83 TV and Windsor, Ontario. Nice question there. And I can answer yes, definitely.
Alrighty, thank you, Tim. And 45 years is a long time to camp. We camped for probably about 40 years, and my idea of camping now is falling asleep in the recliner in the living room. Have a great day, Tim. Thanks for joining us as always. This is W2BLT. Next up, N6QDY. David, Sacramento, California. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Scott, Vicky, the Brew crew, and everybody in the Zoom room. The answer to your question is yes, and I've been sleeping in one and using one the last couple of weeks. Hope to be back home. Everybody take care. Thanks for doing what you do. Back to net control, N6QDY.
All right, thank you, David. You have yourself a great day, and it would be nice to get home, I'm sure. KD3ATQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew crew. No, I do not own a sleeping bag. Back to you, Scott, KD3ATQ.
Alrighty, no it is. You have yourself a great day. N4RSM, Richard, Sumter, South Good morning. For RSM Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. You still with me? That was nothing heard. Let me acknowledge some more text check-ins we had here. We had WB8KOB. That was a text check-in. Is WB8KOB a good call sign?
Whiskey Delta 8 Kilo Oscar Bravo is a good call sign.
Alrighty, there we go. We got you, Rod. We had 82KP Stephen, N8ZFH Gary, W2RBC Randy, N5TIN Tim, KO4QM Roger. Who else do we have looking to join us? Let's take some regular check-ins and then we'll run them all together. If you want to join us, please come with your call sign twice and slowly. Net control.
November, Hotel Tango, and I need a 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile.
Net control, please copy N9BBM. N9BBM, Chicago. Nathan.
November 2, Victor Lima Kilo. November 2, Victor Lima Kilo.
November 8 Delta Hotel Charlie. November 8 Hotel Charlie. Kilo Bravo 8 Papa Lima Victor. Kilo Bravo 8 Papa Lima Victor. Chris. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Kilo Echo 8, Sierra Mike November, KE8, SMN. In and out today. Good morning.
Victor Kilo 3, Delta Mike Juliet. VK3, Delta Mike Juliet. Kilo Echo 2, Golf, Golf, Delta. Kilo Echo 2, Golf, Golf, Delta. Alrighty, let's hold it up there for just a moment. Let me recognize this. I believe we got everybody. Via the text line, we had KD4 VUA, Mark. We had KE2 GGD, Russell. AA4HO, Ron. Then we had VK3 DMJ, Dave. KE8 SMN, Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan was in and out. We had BA3 CRF, Vern. We had N0 CKV, Mark. KB8 PLV, Chris. N8 DHC, Jim. N2 VLK, Jeff. N9 BBM, Nate. AA5 JW, James in the mobile. And we had 9 EHT. Better run this list. Just want to make sure of this call sign KD4. Well, that was a text check-in, so it was Mark. Alrighty, let's go to WD8KOB. Rod, Madison, West Virginia. Good morning. And the question of the day for everyone is, do you own a sleeping bag? Good morning, Rod.
All right, good Tuesday morning to the net. Hope everyone is getting the day started out good. Well, my answer to the question is I've never owned a sleeping bag. How about that? Hope you guys have a great day, though. Have fun. WDAKOB, back to that.
Alrighty, Rod, thanks for joining us. Next up, 82 KP, Stephen in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Coming through this morning on Echolink, for some reason DMR is not connecting. But the answer to the question is yes, I own several sleeping bags. I hope everyone has a great day. This is 82KZ, back to net control.
Alrighty, thank you, Stephen, and you sound great coming in on the Echolink. Have a good day. N8ZFH, Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the crew. Another nice day here in southeastern Michigan. Always nice to wake up to your cheery voice on Tuesdays and put me down in the yes category, but haven't used it in 25 or 30 years. Most of its use now is when one of the grandsons borrows it for a sleepover. Please check me in and out. N8ZFH, back to net.
All right, Gary. Have yourself a great day, and appreciate you joining us as always. Next up, one of our team members, W2RBC, Randy in West Seneca, New York. Good morning.
And everyone on the morning brew. No, I no longer have a sleeping bag. All my camping is now done in my motorhome. In fact, I'm on the road right now. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2 RBC.
There you go, Randy. You enjoy wherever you're going to, and I'm sure we'll talk to you later. N5 TIN, Tim in Wimberley, Texas. Good morning.
Oh, Vicky, all the crew. By the way, it's Steve, Scott. So, yes, I own a sleeping bag. I've owned it for many, many years. I got it back when I was a young man and was engaged in backpacking. It kept me warm many nights in the mountains in Colorado and New Mexico. My wife wants me to get rid of it now because it just takes up space in the garage. And with that, I'll turn it back over to net control, N5 TIN.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Steve, and appreciate it. Next up, my buddy Roger, king of the DX down in Umatilla, Florida, KO4 QMM. Morning, Roger.
Good morning, Mr. Scott, and the Brew crew, and everybody else listening. Yes, sir, I do, and it has different layers to it, so it's got like 3 or 4 different zippers, and my goodness, you got to be Houdini to get this thing to work. I'm glad I haven't had to use it, but then on the other hand, kind of wish I did, but sounds like Randy's there, the motorhome. Enjoy yourself there, Randy. Sounds fun. This is KO4QMM. Back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, thanks, Roger. And hope you leave yourself some time to run a little QRP this afternoon there. And just a reminder, you can join Roger and Randy every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. for the 20-meter net on 14.317, where it all happens. Thanks for joining us, Roger, and have a good day. This is W2BLT. Let's go to N9EHD, dugout in New Caney, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, and yes, I do own a sleeping bag. And back to net control. Everybody have a good morning at 98H.
All right, thanks for coming by, Doug. We appreciate it. Next up, AA5JW and James. I'm sorry, I forgot that you were mobile. Good morning. Hope you're still in there.
Well, good Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the Brew crew. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. James in Spring Moblin to Houston for work today. Gonna be a warm day today, and we have exited the first round of fake fall, and we are back into the dog days of summer. To the question at hand, no, I no longer own a sleeping bag. I've gotten a little too bougie as I've gotten older. And so now I camp with a queen-size air mattress, sheets, quilts, the whole 9 yard. I like to have a real-looking bed when I go camping. So with that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to Ned. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Alrighty, James, thanks for joining us. You have yourself a good day. Next up, N9 PBM, Nate in Chicago, Illinois. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning from Chicago, everyone. And I have to agree with him. We're right back to summer here. I have owned a sleeping bag. I have, and still do. Thanks for running the net as always. And he's from Chicago. N9 PBM, back to next row.
All right, have a good day, Nate. Appreciate you joining us this morning. This is W2BLT. Next up, N2VLK, Jeff in Lancaster, New York. Good morning, Jeff.
And everybody on the net, nice day here at Chautauqua Lake. As far as the question goes, I do have a sleeping bag. I haven't used it in quite a few years, but it's there if I need it. I'll turn it back to you, and I'll say 7-3, N2VLK.
Alrighty, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, and sleeping bags are like an air pump for your bicycle. They're nice to have, but you don't use it often. Have a good day. N8 DHD, Jim in Taylor, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Net. Good morning to you. Good morning to the net. Things are going good here. It's not too bad. Weather's looking real nice. Sunny, beautiful day. Coming up, and a lot of noise going on here, but trying to keep it together. You all have a good day and enjoy what's left of it. As control, this is an ADHC. Now clear.
Alrighty, Jim. I didn't get your answer. Was that a yes or a no on the sleeping bag?
Oh, for crying out loud, sleeping bags. Yeah, I own several sleeping bags. When I was in the Marine Corps, I had a couple of them, and I was in the Boy Scouts, I had a couple of them, and when I got out of the service, I went camping, and had to have one. I don't like sleeping on the ground.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, and you have yourself a fine day. Next up, a KB8PLV, Chris up in Novi, Michigan. Good morning. KB8PLV, Chris, Novi, are you still there? Well, moving right along, let's go down to N0, CKD. Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota via the text line. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, rest of the Brew crew, everybody else on the net. No, I do not own a sleeping bag. Have a great day. N0 CKV, back to net.
Alrighty, we got you down for a no, and have a great day. Next up, Vern, VA3 CRF up in Waterdown, Ontario, Canada, out for the morning walk. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. Yep, out for a walk. 52 degrees. It's a little cool. But we've got a couple of really nice warm days coming up. So, yeah, we'll take those. Scott, in terms of the question of the day, yes, we do have a couple of sleeping bags. Haven't used them in years because, frankly, Scott, the last time we went camping was the last time we went camping. Our idea of roughing it now is staying in a Marriott. Hope that everyone has a great day. Thanks for doing it, Scott. BA3 CRF.
Alrighty, thanks, Vern. And I know sometimes you could use that sleeping bag when you're trying to cross the border on a holiday weekend. Have a great day. Let's go to VK3, DMJ, Dave in Bairnsdale, Victoria, Australia. Morning, Dave. Well, evening to you or afternoon.
Yeah, good evening and good morning to you, Scott and Vicky and everyone on the Morning Brew. You guys always seem to have fun questions on the Morning Brew net. Yeah, I do have a couple of sleeping bags, but like many on the net this morning, I'm more of a glamper than a camper. So, yeah, I think I prefer the blankets and the bed. So, yep, definitely have the sleeping bags, although they don't get used too often. Back to you, Scott, VK3, Delta Mod Juliet.
Thanks, Dave. And someday we're going to have to talk about the stories about fighting with your sleeping bag, because I'm sure we've all fought with a sleeping bag before. Have a great day. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Let's go to AA4, HO, Ron in Miramar, Florida. Good morning, Ron.
Yeah, good morning again to you, Scott, and everybody participating in the Morning Brew this morning. I own a sleeping bag. I own other camping tools like tent, common lantern, and stove also. I love camping. That's all. Back to you, Scott. Everybody have a nice day. Ron, AA4HL, Miramar, Florida.
All right, thanks for joining us, Ron, and have a great day. KE2, GGD, Russell in Bakers Mills, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Another beautiful day outside. Yes, I do own a few sleeping bags. Don't camp out as much as I used to, but they're well used. Back to the net.
Alrighty, thanks, Russell. You have yourself a fine day, and thanks for joining us. Next up, via the text, we had KD4 VUA, Mark in Charlotte, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the crew. First time check-in. Yes, I own several sleeping bags, and I've switched over to sleeping quilts, actually, in recent years. 84 VUA, back to net 73.
Alrighty, Mark, we got you down for a yes, and thanks for joining us. And by golly, don't be a stranger. We're here every Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 Eastern Time, except for holidays. Don't be a stranger. KI5, PMI, Bill out in Hobbs, New Mexico. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Scott, everybody on the brew. Yes, I own a sleeping bag. Been a long, long time since I used it, though, but keep it around because you never know. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5, PMI, back to net.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you joining us. As always, Bill's one of our regulars here, and he's had many, many, many times on the Morning Brew. Appreciate you joining us. KR4, CKC, Bill in the Villages. Good morning.
Morning, Scott and the Brew. I have one sleeping bag I've had since I was a Boy Scout, so just one.
All right. Alrighty. Well, I suppose that's all you need. Have a good day, Bill, and thanks for joining us. KW4 SOG, Mike in Huntsville, Alabama. Good morning, Mike.
Doing well today and has a great day. I do have a couple of sleeping bags. My grandson actually used one of them while he was up here visiting in the last week. I haven't used it in quite a while though. KW4 SOG, back to net. 73, everybody.
Alrighty, thank you, Mike. You have yourself a great day. WA8CLG, Doug in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everybody. And no, I do not have a sleeping bag. It's been many years since that's happened. And Scott, I like your idea of camping out. I do that just about every day. So everybody have a good one. WA8CLG. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you, Doug. My wife says I fall asleep in a recliner, but I don't know. I don't think I close my eyes. I don't know. Have a good day. K4 GDS, Gil in Orlando, Florida. Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, and everyone on the Brew. Despite the fact that I'm technically camping 350 or more nights a year, I do not own a sleeping bag. I do have a nice queen bed on wheels, however. K4 GDS, back to net.
Yeah, that works. That's about the time I stopped using my sleeping bags. Thanks for joining us, Gil. Have a great day. Next up, KY4MB, Scott in Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew Crew. Brother Randall, he's listening, and Webb out in Collierville. I'm going to go with no sleeping bag at the moment. I could get one for the winter. And why do people run down the middle of the road where the cars are supposed to drive when we have sidewalks in Memphis? Question of the day, Scott. And why am I hungry? Back to net. Thanks for doing it. Thanks to Miss Vicki. KY4NB, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Scott. Have a great day. I got a couple more text check-ins here. Well, I might as well take them before I turn it over to Al. We got KQ8U, Bob in East Michigan. Good morning.
Morning, Scott, Vicki, and the rest of the crew. I have a sleeping bag, but I can't remember last time I ever used it. And once in a while, I'll guess would stay over. That's all I ever used it for. Everybody have a great day. 7-3. KQ8U, back to that.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go to another Bob in Hamburg, New York. KC2JZE. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning to all on that. And it's our question of the day. Yes, we have sleeping bags. Can't remember the last time we used them or the last time we went camping, but of course they're still around here. Have a great day. KC2JZE, back to that.
Thanks, Bob, and have a great day. KQ4 YYN, Joe in Franklin, Georgia. Good morning, Joe. Do you own a sleeping bag?
Good morning, Mr. Scott, Miss Vicki, everybody out here on the East Coast Reflector system. No, sir, I do not. I stopped sleeping in sleeping bags for the most part since I got out of service many years ago, but things change. We might always need one. We have an 11-year-old daughter, and sometimes she wants to go camping and fishing, so we might be looking to purchase them anyway. But the answer right now is no. We do not own one at the moment. Back to you, Mr. Scott.
Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate you joining us. And the last one for me this morning, for MOW, Joe in Orange City, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, KK4MOW, Kilo 4, Micah Oscar Whiskey. Yes, I have 4 sleeping bags. I haven't used them in a long time, but good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Back to the net.
Alrighty, thank you, Joe. Got you down for a yes. You have yourself a great day. Just acknowledge WA2WAWK Ron by the text line, and we're going to turn it over to Al. K8BAC up in Britain, Michigan. Alrighty. Thanks to Vicki on the log this morning. Everybody have a great day, and thanks for joining me. 7-3. This is W2BLT. It's all yours.
Well, thank you, Scott. Well, you can just say somewhere in the cornfields. That's fine. This is Al, K8BAC, along with Vicky, K8VKY, logging for me, keep me out of trouble. Scott, we already have WA2WWK on the log. Let's get a list of mobile check-ins coming. It's 8 o'clock, and if you're on the way to work, you're probably running a little bit late, unless you're going to try to be there an hour early. So if you're a mobile station, come with your call signs twice and slowly.
9 Delta Quebec Mobile. Kilo 9 Delta Quebec Mobile.
Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike. Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike.
E2 KHT Kilo Charlie 2 Kilo Hotel Tango.
Alrighty, well, we got a couple of mobile stations in here. Got KC2 KHT Henry, East Islip, New York. KO4 FBM Jose in St. Cloud, Florida. K9DQ Al in Clarkston, Michigan. Let's go to K9DQ Al in Clarkston. Question of the day: do you own a sleeping bag? Good morning, Al.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. The short answer, I guess, is no, I have not, and that's been a long, long time since I've owned one. 75 south, nice weather right now. It is going to turn to be a very nice day. Back to you, Net Control, 73 to everybody. This is Kilo 9 Delta Quebec Mobile.
Yes, looking like it's geared up to be a pretty nice one. Thanks for checking in this morning. KO4 FBM Jose, good morning. Well, Jose, you dropped out after saying good morning. If you want to try it one more time, good. If you want to recheck later on when you get closer to repeater, that's fine too. If you want to try, I'll give you a pause and see if you want to get back in. All right, hear nothing. Yep, you reached the end of your string, Jose. If you want to check back in later on, that's fine. Let's go to KC2KHT Henry in East Islip, New York. Good morning, Henry.
Good morning. This is Henry, KC2KHT, and I do own a sleeping bag from my days of search and rescue, canine search and rescue. But my problem is that it's very old, haven't really used it, but every time I touch it, the feathers seem to be sneaking out of the seams. So, getting very annoyed with it. So back to the net, KC2KHT, out.
All righty, thank you, Henry. Have a great day. All right, we got some more tech check-ins. KD5RRJ, Dan, Kirbyville, Texas. W3ICQ, Bob, Leesburg, Florida. NW4Q, Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and K4PJM, Perry in Leesburg, Florida. We'll do all these text check-ins. Let's go to WWK, Ron, Amherst, New York. Good morning, Ron.
Well, good morning, everybody. WK. Oh, yeah. I definitely have sleeping bags.
Unfortunately, we have not used them in probably 15, 20 years. We keep them around just in case we lose heat, and in that case, then throw them across the bed. W2W, WK.
Alrighty, thank you, Ron. Have a great day. Let's go to KD5, RRJ, Dan, Kirbyville, Texas. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, sir, and the rest of the brew, and the answer would be yes. We own about half a dozen of them and do use them. KD5RRJ, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Dan. Have a great day. Let's go to W3, ICQ, Bob in Leesburg, Florida. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. The answer is yes. We've got a couple of them, and we use them for when we've got the overflow guests and not enough beds. Back to you, W3ICQ.
Alrighty, thank you, Bob. Have a great day. Let's go to NW4Q, Jim, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, Al, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we keep our sleeping bags, and we're closing out the summer with the high 90s down here, Al. Take care.
Ooh, stay on the cool side of the door, Jim. I know how that Tennessee heat can get. Have a great day. Let's go to K4PJM Perry in Leesburg, Florida. Good morning, Perry.
Good morning. And no, we don't have any sleep bags anymore. Did have a bunch of them. We used to do a lot of camping, but they got old and started falling apart, so they've been retired. Nothing here. Great job running the net. K4 PJM, back to net. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Perry. Have a great day. Takes us down to the bottom of the list. Let's take general check-ins. General check-ins, want to get in on the morning brew? Come with your call signs, twice and slowly.
Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee. Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee.
KO4 CLD. KO4 CLD.
November Whiskey 3 United, NW3U. November Juliet, Romeo Whiskey Foxtrot at 8 RWF. Please check me in and out. That's in and out. Good morning, Al.
Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor. Kilo Charlie 3, Lima Alpha Victor.
N1 CBM, N1 CBN.
KJ5, JWV, Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet, Whiskey Victor, in and out, please.
For Romeo Alpha Hotel, KO4RAH, KO4RAH, in and out. Good morning.
KE2EHI, Kilo Echo 2, Echo Hotel India, portable in and out. Kilo Echo 2, Golf Hotel Zulu, KE2GHZ.
That's a pretty good little list. Let's acknowledge our in and outs first of all. And I know there were some doubles, so we're going to have a couple of them come back here. In and out stations are KE2EHI, Jonesville, New York. KO4RAH, Ray in Huntsville, Alabama. N8 RWF, Bill in Trenton. Good morning, Bill. And KJ5JWV, Brandon in Tomball, Texas. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking your head in and saying good morning. As far as the rest of the list, we had KE2GHZ, Steve in Brooklyn, New York. We had Carlos, our aeronautical net controller, N1CBM. We had KC3LAV, Mike, Pennsylvania, N2JPD, Dennis in Depew, New York. We had NW3U, David, Garner, North Carolina. KO4CLD, Micah in Tuscumbia, Alabama. KK4DIY, Gene in Homosassa, Florida. Now, I think there was another KK4 station as well. If somebody other than KK4DIY tried to check in right at the top of this net, if you want to call back with your call sign slowly, let's see if we can get you in there.
KK7GY. KK7GY.
All right, that's the other voice I heard. KK7DY, Clark in Phoenix, Arizona. Anybody else want to get in before we run this list? Come out the call sign twice and slowly.
Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Kilo Alpha 2 Echo Echo Uniform. Kilo Alpha 2 Echo Echo Uniform. Victor Kilo 5 Alpha Alpha X-Ray. Victor Kilo 5 Double AX South Australia. In out. Good morning.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha X-Ray Charlie. Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha X-Ray Charlie Mobile.
Alrighty, let's hold it up right there. That's a pretty good list. We're going to add KJ5AXC, Lewis in Houston, Texas to that list. He's mobile. We'll be back with you in a second, Lewis. We had VK5AAX from South Australia checking in and out. Thanks for sticking your head in this morning. KC5CZX, Daryl, Lubbock, Texas. KA2EEU, Scott, Spring, Texas. KC3FGD, Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Checking in via text, we had W4RHC Ariel in Alachua, Florida. And I think we got the rest. So, question of the day, guys. I recommend you have one of these in your car. If any traveling, even back and forth to work. Do you have a sleeping bag? Just a simple yes or no. Let's go to Lewis in Houston, Texas, mobile KJ5AXC. Good morning, Lewis.
I've got a sleeping bag, but it's not in the car. KJ5AXC, back to net, 73.
Man, I've had to spend the night in Kentucky during a snowstorm on a highway. Had one in my car ever since. That's why I said that. Have a great day, and thanks for checking in, Lewis. Let's jump up to KK4DIY. Gene in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning. This is KK4DIY, and my answer is no. We used to use them all the time, but got rid of them. So thanks a lot, and good morning to you and the whole crew. KK4DIY.
All righty, thank you, Gene. Have a great day. Let's go to KO4CLD, Micah in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Good morning.
Good morning. Yep, I've got several of them, and I'm looking forward to using them this fall. That's usually when we go backpacking. Back to you, KO4CLD.
All righty, thank you, Micah. Sounds like a good time. Let's go to NW3U, David in Garner, North Carolina. Good morning, David.
Well, and a good morning right back at you, NW3U here. Hope everybody is doing well this morning. The answer to the question is yes, we do have sleeping bags. They're kind of unused right now, but we do have them. Thanks for doing that this morning. Good to hear folks out there. Hope everybody stay safe, has a good day. We'll try to check in with you in the morning. NW3U.
All right, thank you, David. Have a great day. Let's go to N2JPD, Dennis in Depew, New York. Good morning, Dennis.
Everybody
Yep. Answer of sleeping bag.
Dennis, you're not making the repeater very well. We barely caught that. Throw us your answer one more time, see if we can get you in the log here, yes or no.
The answer is yes. Okay, is that...
All right, we got you that time. We got you for a yes. Yeah, you were loud and clear that time. Have a good day, Dennis. Thank you. Let's go to KC3LAV, Mike in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Mike.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning to everyone on the crew there. This is KC3LAV, Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Good to hear my buddy Ray over there in Elizabethtown. And no negative to the question. They're all gone at this point. Been there, done that. KC3LAV, thank you very much for the memories. We're clear, standing by.
All right, thank you, Mike. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Next up, our aeronautical net controller, N1CBM. Good morning, Carlos.
Morning, Al, Vicky, everybody else. Blue and sunshine for the morning. Gray and rainy for the afternoon. Great day for now. My answer is no. I don't have a sleeping bag. Back to you, Al. Have a great day, N1CBM.
All righty, thank you, Carlos. Have a wonderful day, sir. Let's go to KE2GHZ, Steve in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. Simple answer, no. Don't have a bag, camper bag, or backpack, well, any of that stuff either. I used to. I think my ex-wife probably has the sleeping bag, so no sleeping bag. K2GHC, back to you.
All righty, we got you down as no. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to KK7DY Clark in Phoenix, Arizona. Good morning, Clark.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and rest of the crew. Yes, I own 3 sleeping bags. Back to net control, KK7DY.
All righty, thank you, Clark. Have a great day. We got you down for a yes. Let's go to W4RHC, Ariel in Alachua, Florida. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning, guys. This is Whiskey 4, Romeo 3rd Charlie, Mobile I-75 in Dallas, Florida. No, I do not carry one either on my truck, work, or my personal truck. Here in Florida, if you need a sleeping bag, it's only be there. I don't have a thank you. Good morning to all.
All righty, thanks for checking in this morning. Have a great day, Ariel. Let's go to KC3FGD, Ray, Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Al, Vicky, everyone on the Brew. The answer is no. As far as the rest of the day, gonna spend some time in my gardens. Hey, a shout out to my buddy Mike down there in Lidditz, KC3FGD, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Ray. Have a great day. Enjoy. Let's go to KA2EEU, Scott in Spring. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning to everybody on the Brew. No, make that real simple. No sleeping bags. KC5CZX, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Daryl. Got you down as no. Have a great day. Let's go to KK7, ZSH, Jason in Milwaukee, Oregon, checking in via text. Good morning, Jason.
Morning, Al. Vicky and the rest of the Brew crew. Excuse me there. No, I don't even own a sleeping bag anymore, much less put one in the car. So, everyone, have a great day. KK7, ZSH.
Alrighty, thanks, Jason. Oh, looks like we skipped over W2AJR, Andy in Cheektowaga. Morning, Andy.
Good morning, Al. Morning, everybody on the Brew crew. I guess if I can infer that the question of the morning is, do you have a sleeping bag and is it in your vehicle? And the answer to that question is yes on both accounts. We have several vehicles and we have several sleeping bags, and with the inclement weather coming, we will definitely throw one into the vehicle. So there you go. 7-3, everybody. Have a great morning. See you, Al.
Alrighty, thank you, Andy. Have a great day. Yeah, the question of the day is just as, do you own a sleeping bag? But, man, I'm a big advocate of having them in your car. Because if you've ever had to spend the night in a freezing cold car, you'd know why. All right, let's go down to Florin in Conroe, Texas. K5YNU. Good morning, Florin.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, everyone on the morning Brew crew. The answer is no. Back to the net control. Everyone have a blessed day. K5YNU.
Alrighty, thank you, Florin. Have a great day. Let's go to KC3YZI. Jonathan, Westminster, Maryland, checking in via text. Good morning, Jonathan.
Everybody on the Brew, thanks for always keeping up with us and coming up with good questions. I am sure I have one somewhere. Always been more of a hammock fan than a sleeping bag. Other than that, I'm looking ready to hit up the range for some range therapy and enjoy the sunshine while it lasts here in Maryland. Back to you, KC3YZI.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. Have a great day. Finally on this list, checking in via Texas, KJ4LXJ Rex in Florida.
Crew out there this morning. We do have a total of 3 sleeping bags. Right now, 2 of them are out in the motorhome and one's in the closet. Being hurricane season, we never know who's going to pop in to get away from the water, so we keep them on hand, and that way we got some spots for people to curl up and get a couple hours worth of sleep. KJ4LXJ, back to the net.
No, that's a noble cause. All right, thanks, Rex. Have a great day. This takes us down to the bottom of the list. Let's start another one. This is Al, K8BAC, along with Vicky, K8BKY. Log them for me. Question of the day, do you own a sleeping bag? Let's take general check-ins. General check-ins come down to call signs, twice and slowly.
W4 PPX Mobile. W4 PPX Mobile.
KF8 EID, KF8 EID Mobile.
Kilo Charlie 2 Golf Romeo November. KC2GRN Mobile.
AE9 DUU, Kilo Echo 9 Delta Uniform.
W2 KJV. W2 KJV. This is Kilo 6 Lima November India K6LNI. I will be in and out. K2 DLT. K2 Delta Lima Tango in and out.
Yeah, Whiskey 5 Whiskey Lima Hotel. Whiskey 5 Whiskey Lima Hotel. In and out.
Kilo Juliet 5 Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5 Delta X-Ray Bravo. Kilo India 4
Zulu Kilo Echo, Kilo India 4, Zulu Kilo Echo.
Echo 2, Bravo, Delta Oscar, Kilo Echo 2, Bravo, Delta Oscar, mobile in and out.
All right, well, that's a good place to hold it up. I know there's a couple of doubles there, so we'll try to get to you. First of all, acknowledging our in and out stations, we have KE2 BDO, Richard, Schuyler Falls, New York. He is mobile in and out. At W5 WLH, Wayne, Wimber, Texas. At KE2 DLT, Dennis in Henderson, New York. And K6 LNI, Lancelot in Hayward, California. They were all in and out. Morning, guys. Thank you for saying good morning to us. Have a great day. Rest of the list, we had KI4ZKE Mark in Tavares, Florida. We had KJ5DXB Frank in Sugar Land, Texas. K1TTL Sebastian, Cary, North Carolina. W2KJB, one of our facilitators, Tony in Homosassa, Florida. KD2IWN, Tim, Hamburg, New York. KE9DUU, Stephen, Muscola, Indiana. We had KC2GRN, Joel in East Yaphank, New York, who was mobile. KF8EID, Terrence, Washington, Michigan, he was mobile. W4PPX, Don in Hollywood, Florida, and he was mobile. We had KE4NTG, Walter in Hollywood, Florida, checking in via text. Now, there's a couple that we doubled with. If you tried to get in this round and I didn't call your call sign, come back with your call sign twice and slowly. Only those people.
KJ5, AOJJ.
5, Uniform,
KJ5, AOJJ.
5, UFR.
KJ5, AOJJ.
W2 KJV, W2 KJV.
Alrighty. Yep, we got Tony, we got you. KJ5, where did you go? W2 KJV. We got KJ5 UFR, it looks like, and it's not populating yet, so we're going to have to, something's going on there. We had KJ5 LJJ, Greg in Purvis, Mississippi. That KJ5 UFR, is that a correct call sign?
Negative, that's Kilo Golf 5, Uniform Foxtrot Romeo, KG5, Uniform Foxtrot Romeo.
Got you that time, Jacob in Farmer Branch, Texas. Thank you, sir. All right, let's get our mobile stations out of the way. Question of the day, do you own a sleeping bag? Let's go to Don, W4PPX in Hollywood, Florida. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Net Control, everybody on the Brew Crew this morning. No, I do not own a sleeping bag anymore. Down here in Florida, what we carry is umbrellas.
All right, we got you down for a no. Umbrella sounds like a better alternative, maybe a hammock. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to KF8EID, Terrence in Washington, Michigan. Good morning, Terrence.
Good morning to everyone else on the net. Yes, the answer is yes. We have 4 sleeping bags. I use them camping during the summer. This is KF8EID, back to Net Control. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Terrence. Thanks for checking in, that GM repeater. KC2GR Joel in East Yaphank, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the Morning Brew. KC2GRN. I do have a sleeping bag, and it's rolled up nice and safe in the shed. Anyway, everybody have a great day. KC2GRN, clear.
All righty, thank you, Joel. Have a great day. All right, let's jump back up to the top of the list. Let's get KE4NTG Walter in Hollywood, Florida. Good morning, Walter.
KE4NTG Mobile from Hollywood, Florida. Good morning to you and the rest of the brewers out there. And a special hello, shout out to Don, W4PPX, who I just had breakfast with. The answer to the question is yes, I have a few sleeping bags in the home. For when the kids come around or, that kind of thing. Everybody have a wonderful day and stay safe. This is KE4NTG from sunny South Florida, 73.
All right, thank you, Walter. Have a great day. Let's go to KE9DUU, Stephen. Let's go, Indiana.
Oh, good morning, everyone on the Brew Crew. Yeah, I actually do have a couple of sleeping bags. A lot of times have them right in the back of the Jeep for when we're heading out. It's KE9DUU, Stephen.
All righty, thanks, Stephen. Sounds like a good plan. Have a great day. Let's go to KD2IWN, Tim in Hamburg, New York. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Yes, I have 3 sleeping bags at my home from back in the day when we used to go camping. Haven't done that in a long time, but we keep them because you never know. In Western New York, you got to keep them handy. Everybody have a great day. 783, this is KD2IWN.
All righty, thank you, Tim. Got you down as yes. Let's go to one of our facilitators, W2KJV, Tony in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning, Tony.
Morning, Al. Good morning, everyone on the Morning Brew. I'm going to have to say no. I think we got rid of them all when we moved down to sunny Florida. Hope everyone has a great day. Back to you, Al. W2KJB.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a great day. Let's go to K1TTL, Sebastian in Cary, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
RRX.
Enjoy their day. K1 and 3L, Sebastian, North Carolina.
All righty, thank you, Sebastian. We had a double there. Gentleman who was calling for another call station. If you can stand by, we're in the middle of the net. Could you come back, Sebastian? Come back with your answer one more time, please.
Yes, this is K1TTL, Sebastian, Cary, North Carolina. My answer was yes, we do that. We do get flat bags from the go camping. They're very started on K1TTL. Everybody back to the people.
All righty, thank you, sir. We got you that time. Have a great day. Let's go down to Frank in Sugar Land, Texas, KJ5DXB. Good morning, Frank.
KJ5DXB, good morning, Al, Vicky, everybody. Put me in the no category. Thanks for the check-in. Have a great day. KJ5DXB. Back to you, Al.
All righty, thank you, Frank. Have a great day. Let's go to KI4ZKE, Mark in Tavares, Florida. Good morning, Mark. KI4ZKE, Mark, are you with us? Yeah, I hear nothing. Let's go down to KJ5LJJ, Greg in Purvis, Mississippi. Good morning, Greg. KJ5LJJ, Greg in Purvis, are you with us? Alrighty, here nothing. Let's go down to KJ5UFR Jacob, Farmer Branch, Texas. Good morning, Jacob.
Well, good morning, and thanks for picking me up today, KG5UFR. As you said, Jacob here in Farmers Branch. And as far as sleeping bags go, yes, I do, and I have different kinds. Not a wide variety, but I have fall or spring size sleeping bags that are lighter weight, that are, good. Basically, if it's cool but not cold, it's something to sleep in. And then I have cold weather bags. I like to go camping, and usually in the fall, the fall, winter, and spring, and so I have sleeping bags for the temperatures. That way I'm not cooking in the fall and freezing in the winter. So, but that's pretty much it here. But yeah, I have different temperature ratings, I guess. So back to net control. This is KG5 UFR.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Yep, and having a couple different levels. That's not a bad idea. All right, we got a couple more check-ins here via text. N8HLN Mike, Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan, and KO6IXN Scott, East California. And jumping in there, we got WB2JPQ, the Godfather, Coach Reflector Dick in Eden, New York. Good morning, Dick.
Well, good morning, Al. I guess that was pretty good timing. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Scott. Still there? Nope, I had a sleeping bag when I was in, Boy Scouts back in right after they invented dirt, but not since then. I have not had one. So it's a no for me. Have a good day, everyone. Hope to see as many as possible tonight on the East Coast Reflector Tech Net at 8 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have some good questions, and we'll get a lot of participation. It's WB2JPQ.
All righty, thank you, Dick. Have a great morning, sir. Let's go to N8HLN Mike, Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Al and the crew. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Tuesday. Answer to the question is yes, I do. Back from the days when I camped and hunted a lot. Haven't used them for a few years, but always good to have on hand here in the northern climes. That's it, 33. Back to the group, N8HLN.
All righty, thank you, Mike. Have a great morning, sir. Appreciate you checking in. Finally on this list, we have KO6IXN Scott, East Vale, California. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Vicky and everybody on the Brew this morning. Checking in this afternoon from Faro in Portugal. Everyone has a fantastic day, and the answer to the question is yes, I do have a sleeping bag. Back to you, Al. KO6IXN.
All righty, thank you, Scott. You had a lot of packet loss up front on that, but we got your answer and everything. Have a great day. All right, takes us down to the bottom of the list. Let's start another one. It's 8:39. This is Al, K8BAC, along with Vicky, K8BKY. Let's take general check-ins. General check-ins, company call signs, twice and slowly.
Echo 8, Papa Mike Kilo, Jump, California, Mobile. Kilo Romeo 4, Echo Whiskey 2, Papa Mike, in and out.
Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie. Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie.
CJM, W2, CJM Mobile.
KJ5, Golf Whiskey November, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Whiskey November, Will in Oklahoma City. Good morning.
Well, we had a couple of doubles on that, so we'll get to the bottom of them. I'm going to tell you who we got so far on there. First of all, our in and out station, Sam in Union, Ohio, W9SAM. Good morning, Sam. Thanks for checking in this morning. And then for the bottom up, we had KJ5, GWN, Will in Oklahoma City. We had W2CJM, Charles in Selden, New York. He's mobile. We'll get to you in a bit, Charles. KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster. He was checking in via text. We had WD8PIC, Bob down there in Sylvania, Ohio. KE2DOS, Vincent, Antwerp, New York. KE8PMK Chuck in Allen Park, Michigan. If you were trying to get in and I didn't call your call sign, come back with your call sign twice and slowly. We'll see if we can get you. LW, Whiskey Bravo 2, Gulf London Whiskey.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Kilo Delta 4, Quebec, India, Papa, KD4, QIP, in and out.
Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles. Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles, mobile. Godzilla Golf, M5OZT mobile.
Whiskey Quebec 8 Papa. Whiskey Quebec 8 Papa. Mobile, in and out.
All righty. Well, that's a pretty good little list there. In addition, we had WD8, KLL, Greg, Burton, Michigan. We had WQ8P, Nathaniel, Orlando, Florida. He was in and out. We had 5 OZG, Joe, Terry, Louisiana. We had KB2WGC, Kevin, Homestead, Florida. He's mobile. We had KD4QIP, Bart, Huntsville, Alabama. He was in and out. We had N4RHE, Roger, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. WB2GLW, Mike, Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. And we had W8WHK, Bill, North Fort Myers, Florida. I think we got the rest of them here. Let's get our mobile stations out of the way, guys. Check it. Text the back. Question of the day, if I could speak, is do you own a sleeping bag? Let's go to W2CJM, Charles in Southern New York, mobile. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, everybody on the crew. The answer is yes, I do own several sleeping bags. Thanks for doing the net. Have a great day.
Thank you, Charles. Have a great day. Let's go to Kevin in Homosassa, Florida. WB2WGC. Good morning.
Good morning to the crew out there, especially my Long Island buddies where I grew up. Al, I own 2. I do use them occasionally for camping, but mainly just in case in emergencies. Kilo Bravo 2, Whiskey Golf Charles, wishing everybody a happy one today.
All righty, thank you. Have a great day and enjoy. All right, that I think that takes us to the bottom, or well, the mobiles. Let's go back up to the top of the list here and get our general check-in, starting with KE8PMK Chuck, Allen Park, Michigan. Good morning, Chuck.
Morning, Brew Crew. This is Kilo Echo 8 Papa Mike Kilo over here in Allen Park, Michigan. And yes, we own sleeping bags. We have to. DTE is not the best power company in the world, so we got to keep them on hand just in case of emergencies. And we like them for camping. KE8PMK 73 all.
All right, amen to that, brother. That's why we keep them here. You're broken up a little bit at the end there, but we got your answer. Thanks, Chuck. Let's go to KE2DOS, Vincent, Antwerp, New York. Good morning, Vincent.
This is KE2DOS, Antwerp. Vincent from Antwerp. Thanks for bringing me in. The question is, I own several sleeping bags. Have them for the kids when they come and visit, and for our RV, they can sleep on the floor. We have a big space inside, and we also have a couple of tents they can sleep in, so they use sleeping bags. I also have a minus 10 degree sleeping bag for cold weather camping, but I haven't done that in a while. So, this is KE2DOS. Back to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Vincent. Have a great day. We got you down for a yes. Let's go down to Sylvania, Ohio, WD8PIC. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. No sleeping bags. My roommate probably does, but I don't. And finishing a roofing, well, the roofing project's done. I got to get some inside damage taken care of eventually. After they get paid, the funds have to come out of a trust, and they haven't been released yet. But the roofing company knows I'm good for it, so they're willing to wait. And I got some antenna work to do. None of these. I got a low band dipole that has to be stretched out and taken care of, and I'm waiting on a friend's Jeep that has a problem to get fixed, and then he'll come over and help me out. So back to net control. Everyone have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the week of nice weather. WD8PIC. Sylvania, Ohio, near Toledo. Thank you to everybody that keeps the East Coast Reflector going. The repeaters, just everything. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Bob. Have a great day. Hopefully that roof works out all right. Let's go to KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster, New York. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Al, and everybody on the Brew, and thank you for logging over there, Vicky. The answer to the question is no sleeping bags. I haven't camped in like 50 years, and today, not much going on, just a nice day over here in Western New York, so just kind of wing it. And I'm going to say 7-3s. I'll send it back to the net, KC2JPQ.
All righty, thank you, Frank. Have a great morning. Let's go to KJ5, GWN Will, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Good morning.
Good morning, Al. No, I don't own any sleeping bags. I used to have some when I went to various camps, but I went to the kids. But no, don't own any now. So anyway, not doing too much here. Getting ready to go to a Bible study later on this evening. So anyway, hello to you, Al. Thanks for doing it. This is KJ5, Golf Whiskey November.
All righty, thank you, Will. Have a great morning. Let's go to W8WHK Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. It's 75 degrees and a beautiful day here in Southwest Florida. No on the sleeping bags. We don't own any sleeping bags. Used to, but not anymore. And we do have some mattresses, though, inflatable mattresses. I don't know if that counts. Probably not. And got a busy day ahead of me. I'm looking forward to it, and hope everybody has a great week. This is W8WHK73.
All righty, we got you down for a no. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for checking in. Let's go to WB2GLW. Mike in Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, everybody on the net. WB2GLW. Yes, I own five sleeping bags. We have heat outages here during the winter time. So in case of a heat outage, you could bundle up. In case we ever have to bug out. You never know about the collapse of society. WB2 GLW.
Alrighty, thank you, Mike. We got you down for a yes. So it's good to have your options open. Let's go to N4 RHE Roger, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good morning, Roger.
KBAC, good morning, Al. And to your neighbor across the field, November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. Yes, I have a 3-season bag, and I carry a quilt, a shirt, and a bar of soap in the car. And I have been to beautiful Faro in the Algarve, Portugal. Good food, too. November 4, Roger Ham Enthusiast. Return to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Roger. Yeah, but the question is do you carry a towel? If you know, you know. Alright, thanks for checking in this morning, Roger. Have a great day. N5 OZG Joe in Metairie, Louisiana. Good morning.
Miss Joe out here in Metairie, Louisiana. No, no sleeping bags. The closest we have to a sleeping bag is a cot. A cot and a inflatable mattress. Back to you, net control, M5 OZG.
All right, thank you, Joe. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Let's go to WD8 KLL Greg in Burton, Michigan. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Beautiful 60 degrees today in Burton, Michigan, heading to 80s all week. We have several sleeping bags. We are boaters and campers, so yes, on the sleeping bags. Back to net. Have a great week.
All righty, thank you, Greg. Yep, fall's over. We're back to summer. Appreciate you checking in this morning. We got a couple text check-ins. We have K4KU Jason in Atlanta, Georgia, KZ4WO Kevin, Athens, Alabama, KD2YUI Charles in Syracuse, New York. Let's see if we can get about 6 or 7 more check-ins here before we wrap it up. Come with your call signs twice and slowly.
KF8, CWF, Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Charlie, Whiskey, Foxtrot, in and out. Alpha, India 8, Whiskey, Mobile, in and out. AI8W, Mobile, in and out.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Hotel Echo Foxtrot, KQ4, HEF, in and out.
KF8, DRC, KF8, Detroit, Rock City, in and out.
This is Kilo Edward 8, Michael Indian Delta, Kilo Edward 8, Michael Indian Delta, Martin Southgate.
Kilo Juliet 5, India Mike Whiskey. Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5, India Mike Whiskey. In and out mobile.
All righty, let's hold it up right there.
Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Yankee Foxtrot, Eli and Kinston. In and out, Echo. Good evening. Well, good morning.
All right, we'll hold it up right there. We had KQ4PYF, Eli, Kinston. Morning, evening, whatever. It's daytime. Have a great day. Eli's checking in and out. Along with KJ5IMW, Robert in Houston, Texas. KF8DRC, Jack in Rochester, Michigan. KQ4HEF, Keith in Thompson, Georgia. AI8W, Chris in Allen Park, Michigan. And KF8CWF, Brian in Warren, Michigan. They were all in and out. Thanks, guys. Have a great morning. From the bottom up, we had N1 WEB Webb in Collierville, Tennessee. We had KE8 MID Mark, Southgate, Michigan. We had KD2YUY Charles, Syracuse, New York. We had KZ4WO Kevin in Athens, Georgia. And at the top of this list, K4KU Jason in Atlanta, Georgia. Question of the day, do you own a sleeping bag? Good morning, Jason.
Hey, good morning, Al, and everybody else on the Brew Crew today. I am in Atlanta in a condo and don't lose power that often and don't do a whole lot of camping, so can't say that I own a sleeping bag, but might have to consider one for later. Have a great day, everyone. This is K4KU.
All right, thank you, Jason. One of our net controllers. Have a great day. Let's go to KZ4WO Kevin in Athens, Alabama. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Brew Crew. The answer to the question is yes, I do own some sleeping bags. KZ4WO.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Have a good morning. Let's go to KD2YUY Charles in Syracuse, New York. Good morning, Charles.
Well, good morning, sir, and good morning, Vicky, and everybody listening in on the Brew this morning. In the yes column, several sleeping bags, and not just camping, but give us options if we're going to be visiting someplace. 73, all back to net control, KD2YUY.
All right, thank you, Charles. Have a great morning. Let's go to KE8MIT Mark in Southgate, Michigan. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning there, next to Colin and everybody out there on frequency this morning. And the question of today's question is, yes, I do own a couple of sleeping bags, and my brother both do. We're definitely hardy campers here. And with that, I'll just say 73 to everybody out there.
All righty, thank you, Mark. Have a good morning. Finally on this list, we have Webb, N1WEB in Collierville, Tennessee. Good morning, Webb.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Vicky. Good morning to the net. Yeah, you can put me down for 2 sleeping bags. That's 2 N1WEB. Back to the net.
All right, thank you, Mr. Webb. Have a good morning. We got time for about 2 or 3 more. Get a couple more in here. Come with your call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo Delta 6 Delta India Quebec. KD6DIQ. Todd. In and out.
At that Kilo Foxtrot 0 station. Man, you're right at the end of your string. You want to give her one more time to see if you can get us? Well, you were broken up. All we got was the very beginning of your call sign. Right, he must be out of range. We also had KD6DIQ, Todd in Yucca Valley, California, checking in and out. Good morning, Todd. All righty, well, that takes us up to the top of the hour. Just about time to wrap her up. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KABKY, Scott, W2BLT, and everybody else on the Brew Crew. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in this morning. Hopefully you'll be back for the TechNet tonight. And everybody have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. And we now return the East Coast Reflector to average, everyday, normal amateur radio use. Enjoy, everybody. 73s.
The frequency in use.
87IC K1EEX. Good morning, Tom. How do you read me?
K1 Echo X-ray. This is AB7IC.
AB7IC K1EEX. How do you read me, Tom?
Lima Charlie, loud and clear, Buzz. Good morning. I have 80 degrees here, clear sky at the moment, but 40% chance of rain later today and tomorrow. All is well here. Everybody's happy. How are things in South Burlington? Over.
Here, really good. It's 54 degrees, bright sunshine, and we're not going to have any rain, I guess, for about the next 7 or 8 days. We're in a pretty good drought. The lake is extremely low. A lot of the coves don't even have water in them. But other than that, things are good here. Last weekend was a great weekend. Went to the Hot Rod Show on Friday, and really a super show, except it was a little smaller due to the fact that Canadians don't come down. So instead of 100 Canadian cars, I counted 6. Anyway, but great show, and we had a good weekend. Other than that, things health-wise are good. Next month, next time we talk, I'm gonna go over the schedule, because I've got a lot of doctor's appointments on next month, and most of them are on Tuesdays, so we'll figure out what we're gonna do there. Anyway, back to you.
Okay, we'll work through it. I was going to say we should pat ourselves on the back for remembering to make a contact today. I've got yellow stickies all over the place to make sure I don't forget. I even set an alarm on my phone because I didn't want to miss today. Everybody here is great. All is well. And tell Lucille, pass my regards. Tell Pat you have the same. And we'll clear the reflector here and not tie it up. Good morning. Thanks for being there, Buzz. 7-3, I'll be clear on your final. Good morning.
Very good there, Tom. Everything, like I said, is great here, and Lucille's doing well. I'm glad to hear that Pat is doing well as well. So we'll catch you next week at the same time, and I'll say 7-3s, and I'll be clear on my final here, AB7IC K1EEX, and I'm clear.
7IC clear and disconnecting.
GCZD, G0HLJ, you're about, Frank.